Hello, I am here at the beginning of the episode to let you know that this time it is a slightly shorter episode due to the fact that we were having some personal problems. Not me and Nick, that sounds like we've had an argument, we've fallen out. No, I was, and as a result we had to cut it a little bit short. These problems are ranging from ghouls to phantasms to all sorts of spooky shit. Hopefully that will be sorted by the next episode and we will not have this problem again. However, in addition to this, my microphone was not doing me a solid and my audio is not quite up to the usual scratch that it usually is. Hopefully next time that will be sorted again. But other than that, the episode is up to its normal standard and hopefully you guys enjoy. Goodbye.
Those of you who got an invite, welcome to Nerd Prom.
No matter where in the world you are, we're all Nerds International. With the hyphen.
You can hear the spooky music and spooky sounds, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the Halloween episode of the Tabletop Spooks. Because we have recorded this early in advance, but we lost a lot of the other episodes, so we're releasing it early, which is the most evil thing of all.
In this dark and terrible episode,
we will be talking about lots of spooky shit.
Like sheets,
and phantasms,
green goo,
gas spills,
income tax,
rejection and loneliness,
sadness and... No, what?
The idea, the ravages of age.
The eons of despair.
Oh! On with the episode. Shit, I knocked my mic at the end there, which is also spooky.
Coming at you live from that creepy house on the hill, it's me, Nick Lamley, Death Slice.
And me, Harrison Munt, aka Ghost Boy. And we are the Tabletop Spooks. Actually, we are the Tabletop Twats, and this is a podcast all about tabletop RPGs. And this week we have got a bloody show for you today, because we have got the intro, which we've already done. We've got What You've Been Slaying, where we talk about what we've been playing. We've got the main subject, which this week is going to be Vampire
the Masquerade.
The bloody Masquerade! We've got the Chamber of Challenges. We've got Electro Letters, and we've got the shout-out section. We've got our world-famous, award-winning...
world-renowned...
outro. It's going to be amazing. But,
it's going to be terrifying.
It's going to be terrifying.
Shocking.
So good.
It'd definitely be shocking.
Yeah, exactly. So, without further ado...
That's the cat.
That's
attack.
The cat.
Attack.
Let's get on with it, and let's get into what we've been slaying, mate.
Oi! Yeah? What you slaying?
Alright, so first of all, let's give a shout out to the amazingly well-named Facebook group. Buy, Sell and Trade Board Games and RPG Books EU and UK only.
I like the... yeah. It's punchy.
Yep.
It's a punchy name.
Because you bought a new product on there.
I did buy a new product because we're playing... Well, we're currently playing Vampire the Masquerade. Just started... Well, 3 sessions in now.
Big up.
Big up. And on the Facebook group, it's really handy. All sorts of stuff come up, and you're on it quite often, and you often tag me when there's a decent deal to be had. And it was Vampire the Requiem, which is the edition that came after Masquerade, I believe. 2005, something like that. And, well, what do you think, mate? Check this condition out. It's absolutely mint,
mad condition in there. We've got mad condition.
Yeah, I'm just handing Harrison the GM screen. I picked up the GM screen on the core rulebook, hardback. And, yeah, it's in perfect condition, mate. I don't think the guy even played it.
It looks both wickles and wackles.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's really good. The thing is, on that group, a lot of people are enthusiasts, and this is what I'm going to say to people out there: get on to groups like that and buy stuff. That we talked about in the last episode. Don't worry about that kind of shit. But nonetheless, if you want tips on buying stuff on the cheap and buying stuff in good condition, get on there. So this is basically like brand new. You bought it on the cheap.
I bought it on the cheap, Lees, yeah.
Exactly. So in addition to that, I managed to pick up. I got Mech Warrior 3rd edition.
Shit, yeah, you've been doing well.
Which is a bingo bongo.
Yep.
I also managed to get bloody Bubblegum Crisis, which is also sick. I got that for £10.
Yep.
Which is amazing.
You got the EX as well?
Yeah, I got Bubblegum Crisis EX. Actually, you picked up from Oxfam, and then I bought it off
Which
you.
was incredible. It was perfect condition. Popped up on Oxfam just when I searched it, and it was cheap.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So that was a result, yeah.
Yeah, so in addition to that, what games have we been playing this week?
Well, you went to FGCon, didn't you?
I went to FGCon, which is an online convention.
You didn't go anywhere.
I didn't go anywhere. Well, I went into my spare room and played in there. But yeah, so FGCon was fucking awesome. Basically, what it is an online convention where you can play games. What do I mean by games, Nick? What I mean is RPGs.
Not Snap.
No, we're not talking Snap. We're not talking your grandmother's games. No, yeah, we are talking. I just need to sort something out my laptop. Yeah, the FGCon is an online convention where you play on Fantasy Grounds, which is a virtual tabletop. And I played in 2 games. I played first of all in a game hosted by the late great Bill Lear.
Late?
Yeah, he unfortunately died.
Fuck off.
Shortly afterwards. No, actually people might believe that.
No, don't say that. Bill is absolutely fine.
Bill is sadly with us. No, what am I saying? What's wrong with me? Bill, he's a great guy.
We love Bill.
We love Bill, and he's still alive. So he hosted a game of Savage Warhammer.
I played in Bill's game for my first ever FGCon game last year. Actually, it was cracking.
He introduced you to Warhammer.
He did indeed,
and
yeah. Brilliant
is
game.
One of the best DMs out there for Warhammer because he knows his shit.
He does,
and he does these usually short tales called Warhammer Savage Tales, and they are fucking awesome. And I've played in quite a few games that he's DM'd now, and they're always really, really good, really dark, and are fucking awesome. And his DMing style is absolutely great, to the point, punchy, gets a lot of lore in there.
Yeah.
And this one was no exception.
And you don't have new players as well. You don't have to. He helps you out. You don't need to know everything. But I'd never even played a Warhammer game before.
Yeah, and he always gives you like the information that's relevant as well.
Yep.
And basically, all this campaign was that we had to, because it was one shot, we had to get onto this boat.
Yep.
And get the black box for a boat that had been like real goofed up, right? And there was like a bunch of nurglings on board, these little creepy things. Now, I'll be honest, my memory's a bit dodgy because I think I had a bit of the flu that morning and I hadn't taken any medication yet, and I was really out of it, so I was quite quiet during this game. But yeah, I played one of my old characters from a previous game. This guy called 17, that was from one of his previous games.
Awesome.
And this guy was a guy who'd been captured, a soldier that had been captured and experimented on, and his like memory was a bit faded.
Okay,
and he was a soldier, and he was amazing with guns, and so he just went onto this boat and was shooting people left, right, and centre. And there was a point where Bill had this NPC that had a cannon that wanted to blast us, and he was trying everything. Bill was using all of his GM bennies trying to fucking blast us.
You're going down.
And he was just like, he was like, yeah, I really want to shoot you guys. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to go for the headshot. I'm going to do a cool shot. I was like, over on the other side of the room, I was like, I want to do a cool shot. I'm going to shoot this fucking guy in the head. And I fucking nailed it. And Bill was so disappointed because he wanted to blast us with the cannon. But I got this guy right in the head. I nailed it. I was so
nice.
happy.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was cracking. Really good game. We got
I'd
down.
save a cat in my game.
Yeah, it was fucking good, man. He does great games. We just got just a bunch of fighting down on the lower decks of a ship. Really good fun. And
what else did you play?
I played American Honeybee.
You played the American Honeybee?
Yeah, this is a weird one. So this was authored by a
weird, why?
called Gary McCallum. And what it was superhero games set in the 1960s.
Yeah. But
they were, all the superheroes were a bit weird and a bit, well, the way he put it was retarded. But we don't want to use that word here. So there was a superhero called the Barnacle, which was like just a weird, creepy looking barnacle thing that was like covered in like I guess seaweed and stuff. Just looked hideous. There was a guy called Blink who could teleport. There was a woman called, I forget what she was called, but she had basically a gigantic blonde afro and she could just pull items out of it. So there was a point where she needed a chainsaw, and so she just pulled a chainsaw out there, needed a gun, pulled a gun out there.
Sounds pretty handy.
Yeah, that was awesome. My character was called Lazy Eyes, but she had laser eyes. But they would always shoot off in two different directions. So, like, at some points, I would sort of need to position myself so I wouldn't shoot one of my mates at the same time as shooting one of the enemies, kind of thing. Yeah, it was really, really fun. And we were sort of after this rogue superhero who was committing crimes, and she was called the American Honeybee. I don't know why I'm saying it in a South African accent.
She's American Honeybee.
She was doing crimes, and yeah, so we were after her. And that was basically the whole mission. And it turned out that he put references to, because we're friends, he put references to you in there. You were a little baby.
I was a baby, wasn't I?
You were a baby in there. I was the main villain in there, except he made like a picture of me. And I was so, he put loads of like sunglasses and a beard and like all this shit on me.
Nice.
I was even recognisable. I didn't even know it was me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because by that point I'd taken some flu medication, but I was also drinking beer, so I didn't even know what I was anymore.
You didn't know your own name?
No, I didn't. So,
fair enough.
But yeah, it was a really, really weird, great campaign set in the 60s, and there was a bit where I killed a child. Oops. The whole campaign ended in a murder-suicide. It was
wow.
Amazing. Yeah, that was cracking, mate. So FGCon, go to the next one.
Well, I'll definitely be all over the next one. I was
all over it.
There's two a year, isn't there?
Yeah.
So I think it's September, or is it October?
I think it's one of the dates.
One of them months.
Just Google it, people. What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
Why do you need us to tell you?
We got to tell you everything.
Yeah,
get out of here!
Get out of here!
Hallo, ich bin die Königin von England.
Und ich der Herzog von England. Und wir hassen die TableTopTwats. TableTopTwats.
TableTopTwats.
I played Acton Cthulhu on Wednesday.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good. I played it with Terry Hansen, I played it with Eric Lamberwoo, I played it with Manuel Sams.
Wow.
Actually, speaking of Manuel Sams, I won a competition that he ran on his show, Veiled Fury Manuel Show, and won an unbelievable amount of bennies as well. He sent me some Deadlands Reloaded bennies.
Unbelievable, Bob, yeah.
He sent me some Savage
Shadowrun ones.
So I recommend go and look at his channel. We'll put a link in the description because he shows you how to make custom bennies. Custom bennies. And they are amazing. They
really are.
Yeah. So if you want to make those, go and look at this video we're going to put in the link because he sent me some and they are fucking wickles. Manuel, during Acton Cthulhu, played an American.
Yeah.
And I think he got his British and American mixed up a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, because it was so funny. There was a bit where he's like, "Yeehaw, let's get in my plane. Come on there, mate." It was amazing. It was one of my favourite American accents of all time
you've ever heard.
Yeah.
The following is a clip from the game.
Well, howdy everybody, I'm Kingston Bates, and I used to be in the US Army, Air Force of course, but I had some misunderstandings there, so I just said, yeah, well, I'm just gonna go and do something in the desert, you know? Those people there are really nice, and it kind of reminds me of home, you know, Texas with all the heat and sand. So if you need anything boated or driven or flown, then I'm just your man.
It was so good, and we had Terry. He was playing a guy called Lawrence who went fucking mad, and he was like trying to learn this spell that he could never use, and every time he used it, it just sent him a bit more mad. And we had Matt Stark who was playing a sergeant, and I was playing a Czechoslovakian gymnast.
Nice.
Who sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger, even though she was a woman. It was fucking awesome. And there was a bit where we were trying to chase this Nazi plane through Morocco, and Manuel's character, the American guy, was trying to do all these like pre-flight checks before we could take off and chase this plane. And he was just like, "Okay, check the left rotor." And I was like, "Come on, we're gonna go." And he's like, "Okay, left rotor checked." And then he's like, "Check the right rotor." And I was like, "Come on, move, get away." And he's like, "Okay, right rotor checked." And we were just taking ages on these pre-flight checks, and I was just screaming. I was like, "Ah!" Yeah, it was so good, man.
Awesome.
Actum Cthulhu was very good, but I will do a proper review of it maybe another time because I've got a few gripes, but overall I had a really, really good time playing it and was great fun. It's basically Cthulhu set during World War II, bruv.
WW2.
Yeah, so quite liked it. I thought it was really good fun. Yeah, would play again. A+.
Main. Subject. Main. Subject. Sorry.
So, this time we are going to talk about Vampire the Masquerade.
So what is it?
You know what it is, Nick, because you've been playing it.
I know.
that's like the thing you do on radio shows. So, tell me, what is Vampire the Masquerade? It's like that fucking thing that they do on This Morning, isn't it? Where they're like... They'll be like, today's guest, we got him to talk to us about cooking chicken. So what is chicken? So they have to act like they're fucking dumb because the general public is. So, yes, but working out seems so hard. How can we do a press up?
Let's find out.
Tell me, Phil. Now we're going to go over to a press up expert. Well, you mean you just press up?
Wow, it's that easy.
It's revolutionary. Hang on, we got a text in from Janine from Surrey who says, I've just done a press up and I feel great. Okay, thanks, Janine.
Keep them coming.
Okay, guys, now we're going to move on to a sad story. Janine in Surrey says that she lost her dog last week because it had AIDS. But next up, we got an interview with Madonna. It's the hottest interview since that dog a minute ago.
Don't
switch the channel.
Oh shit. Let's go to the weather.
Okay, so yeah, that's Vampire the Masquerade, everyone. Okay, guys. Yeah, so we're talking about Vampire the Masquerade today, and
the cat invasion.
The cat invasion. Vampire the Masquerade, Nick. What is it all about? Well, Vampire the Masquerade is a vampire game, quite obviously, but it is part of the World of Darkness. So the series of books.
Huge.
So, first of all, what we always like to do is talk about a system. But before we do that, we'll talk basically briefly about what Vampire is all about. So, Vampire is an RPG where you basically get to play as a vampire, quite obviously by the name.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, basically.
But why the Masquerade?
Why the Masquerade? Well, that's one of the rules, bruv.
Exactly.
The reason it's called that is because there are traditions in the vampire world where you're not supposed to break, because vampires live in a polite society where there are rules, and the most important one of those is that you do not break the masquerade. The vampires are supposed to not be seen by the mortal world and not be discovered, and as a result, it is called Upholding the Masquerade. And so in this RPG you play as vampires, and you play as the children of the night, going around biting people, doing dark things, and living as part of this society, this secret society of the night. And it is fucking awesome.
It really is.
But we'll first of all talk about the system and the way that works. Basically, the system is a D10 pool system. As far as I'm aware, anyway, the version that we're playing is 2nd edition.
Ah.
Why are we playing that? Well, it's because it's the one that I bought.
It's the one I've got in it.
Yeah, I saw it online because this was a hardcover edition, and I read a bit about 2nd edition, and a lot of people were saying that it was their favourite one. I don't know if it's the best one or not. Personally, from what I saw, a lot of later editions and some of the first edition came with different races.
Yeah.
Because there will be like some later editions and things like that will cut some of the races out, and then you have to buy supplements to add them back in and things like that. Exactly. So with 2nd edition, it came with the races that I liked, it came with the things that I liked, so I bought that one. That's all it is. Depending on which one you want to get which one you want to get, it doesn't really matter.
No.
But with 2nd edition, it's a D10 pool-based system.
What does that mean?
What that means is that you will have stats on your sheet that will show a certain amount of dots. So you might have dexterity has a couple of dots in it.
Yeah, there's some funny ones in there actually, skills-wise, isn't there? Some we haven't heard. Centrifuge.
Subterfuge.
Oh,
centrifuge. Yeah, that'd be a bit weird.
Spinning around in a circle.
Yeah, you just go...
fly off.
So you've got things like subterfuge, you've got things like music, acting, things like that. So you might have a couple of dots. So let's say, for instance, you've got 2 dots in dexterity, you've got 2 dots in athletics. If you were running, you would add those both together, so you've got 4 total. You roll 4 dice, and
you have to beat a beat.
You have to beat a beat. So you might have a difficulty of 6. The DM will say you have to beat a 6 to be able to catch.
No, it's what's the beat?
No, that's just what we say. So the DM will say that this task has a difficulty of 6, and then you have to beat a 6. So as long as you get 1 6 on any of the dice that you roll, you've succeeded.
Indeed,
Yeah. The more successes you get, the
better it is.
The better it is, exactly.
And it's a lot of fun because if you're quite prolific in a certain couple of skills and they pop up, like my character's got good investigation and good, I can't remember the other attribute now, but anyway, I think it ends up being about 9 dice, and so I have to pick up 9 d10s, and it's a lot of fun rolling a shit ton of dice, mate.
Exactly, and what that does mean, and it even says this in the book, is that you're often very likely to succeed at certain things, but you can succeed badly, and that will come to bite you in the arse. So, for example, if you go to pick a lock and you only get 1 success, well, that's a shit success. So that means you pick a lock. For example, yesterday, somebody tried to pick a lock with a knife, only got 1 success. That meant that he picked it, but it's very obvious that he picked it and he damaged the lock. That means that the next time somebody goes to look at it, they know that somebody's picked the lock and that they can see that he's mashed it up with a knife.
Oh dear.
So that's what I'm saying, like, a bad success is never a good one. You might hurt your leg when trying to climb something.
Yeah.
You might fuck up. And
that's what Ryan did when he jumped out the window, didn't he? Broke his ankle.
Exactly, he broke his ankle and hurt himself. So that's the way it's kind of done. It's not just a simple binary yes or no failure. It's more.
There's levels of success.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of games try to incorporate that, but this is I feel like it does a better job of trying to communicate that to the players and how you succeed and fail in those regards.
It flows. It's easy. It's like it's good. It's good.
And
system.
it's really easy for the players to understand. The only thing I don't like about it is that you have to tell the players what the difficulty check is.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
But you do get quite used to it. And,
it's fine.
It's not that bad actually.
The beats a 9. Oh shit.
Yeah. Then you know. But it's quite good, and character creation as well. We'll talk about that quite quickly because this will give people a chance to understand what it's kind of like, and then we'll get into like sort of the background and the lore of what vampire is like, because that's quite important, because that's a big aspect of what this game is about. But the character creation is quite cool because in this game you have when you start out you'll pick from any number of clans, and so this will give a little bit of background on the lore as well. But the clans are really cool. So you've got like, when you create your character you have to pick any number of vampire clans, and what these basically are, let's call it what it is. They're your vampire cliches.
Yeah.
And in the world of darkness, you kind of have several different vampire clans, and all of these pertain to what you know vampires to be. So the Nosferatu, for instance, are literally like the classic vampire from Nosferatu. Like that's
long ears,
like.
teeth,
the pointed teeth at the front.
No hair. They're really hideous looking. They live down. They eat rats and live like in the sewers.
Yeah. Then you got the Toreador, which are like the artistic vampires who
flowing hair. Interview with the Vampire style.
Yeah, or the like only
Tremere?
lovers left alive, which
yeah.
They're like really
artistic.
emo. They're artistic.
Long hair, flowing.
They're tortured. You know, it's all about the music.
Playing a harp.
Then you got the Tremere, who can do magic. You've got the Gangrel, who are beastly vampires. The Bruja, who are kind of like from, what's that film? Lost Boys.
Okay,
They're like anarchic. They go into a shop and just be like, "Hey, old man Jenkins, I'm taking this CD and there's nothing you can do about it."
And this chewing gum.
Yeah,
and then they start chewing it in the store and stuff.
Hey, nobody's going to tell me not to chew the gum.
And he pushes over the newspaper stand.
You've got a Malkavian, who are the
fucking insane.
Yeah, they're the insane guys who they have the Malkavian Madness Network, but realistically, they might just be more switched on than other people. You don't even know.
Ooh.
So you've got a good mix of like loads of different types. There are more than that. There's things like the Samidi, the
like voodoo. They are, aren't they?
Yeah, voodoo vampires, bro. And you've also got the Children of the something. I can't fucking remember. Anyway, there's loads, basically. Loads of different ones. So you pick a clan, you get sired in by somebody who's embraced you. Then you pick all your stats. And the way it works is that each one of your skill categories and attribute categories is separated into like knowledges, talents and skills.
Yeah.
And then you pick a priority and you get to separate your dots. So you just basically get a bunch of dots to spend.
And throw them out there.
So it's a point buy system, no dice rolling. You just put a bunch of dots into things.
Really easy.
And that's it.
And it's good because you get to you sit there thinking about your character. What's your character going to be? And then that's when you start spending your points rather than leaving it down to dice to decide what kind of character it's going to be. You can actually make him.
Yeah, it's
with your
much
dots.
more role playing centric.
Yeah,
because you also get dots to spend in backgrounds as well. So you might you get points to spend in contacts. You might have allies, which is more about family. You might have money to spend in resources. So you might have riches. You can have fame. You could have maybe put stuff into like you've got like a mentor in the vampire world. You've got fame in the vampire world, like you've got guys that you have contacts in the vampire world who can help you out. Things like that. So those are good areas to sort of like flesh out your background. So it could be you have a background that pertains to something you did before you got bit, or you can have something post-bit.
Post-bit, innit?
Whatever you like, bruv.
Yeah, it's like me. So my character's an information.
He was an information broker.
Yeah. And so he's got contact. Well, yeah. So he's got some contacts from before bit.
Yeah. So you've got contacts because your family owns like a pizza shop and stuff. But you also had contacts like from the police and from the crime, from the crime world.
When the policeman come round and eat hot dog.
Yeah.
Have a chat,
and you've got information about the criminal underworld. Yeah. So that kind of helps. So that was before you got bitten. You can spend points in other areas. So that's kind of how the like character creation works. It's so simple, and basically the focus of this game, because it's so simple and it's just all about just roll a bunch of d10s. It's all about the role playing, and from the get go, when you start creating your characters, you know that's the case, because it's not about the dice rolling. It's just about put these points in where you feel it's appropriate. And even when you're spending levels in your skills, in the book it tells you like if you've got 3 points in this, like if you've got 3 points in being a doctor, that means that you're a qualified surgeon. If you've got 4 points, that means you're a master in your field.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So it all puts everything in like role-playing terms, just so that you're aware of like the role-playing implications of everything, because that's kind of the focus on the game, I guess. And I really like that.
It's not a bad thing at all.
No,
it's
not
very,
at all.
very good.
If you want to play that kind of game, then that's good.
If you like your role-playing,
then get into WAMPs.
Get into Vamps, because it's really good.
Let's talk a bit about the world, bruv.
Let's talk about the place.
What do you think about? What do you make of what you played so far? Because we spent a little bit of time in the world, and what I did for this campaign, because I fully did not expect everyone to read up on all the lore and stuff. I mean, that's one of the troubles with Vampire the Masquerade, is I think it expects people to do a bit of reading into the Vampire the Masquerade lore and things like that before they start. I didn't expect people to do that, so what I did is I made it so that in this campaign, we started from day one of them being a vampire. That did mean that it limited certain background options for people, which kind of sucked, but it meant that you didn't have to do shitloads of reading.
Exactly.
But what do you think so far of like the world and the lore of Vampire?
Yeah, I love it. I love that, because when my character first got embraced, I'm treating him almost like any other normal person who this would happen to. You'd be like, the only vampires you're used to is the vampire culture on TV. There's a lot of misconceptions, and this guy's just asking, and it's like, no, it's not like that. And I love that it's this kind of eloquent, kind of sophisticated society. But when you think of vampires and vampire film stuff, I don't know, you don't really think about it on that side. And then when you actually become one, there's a lot more things you have to think about, and repercussions that can happen, like we found out.
People keep on like taking the piss out of you, don't they? Because you'll be like, man, so I can't eat garlic no more, and people are like, no, you can't eat food in general. It's like having ash in your mouth.
Yeah.
So forget garlic, forget food.
Forget food, full stop.
And you're like, man, I can't eat no dogs no more.
yeah. And I'm like, so like silver bullets, and then you was just like
Yeah. And I love the fact that like one of the first things you did is, as soon as you found out you can't eat food, Veronica, one of the vampires, went and tried to make a cheese sandwich just to test it, because like that's the sort of thing that you would do. Like it's the sort of thing maybe a human would do. A new vampire would do is like you would try to test something normal like that. Just try to make something simple to eat, and then just try it. And all of you would just try and like you were like, and just try not to be sick.
And then Veronica got really upset and just stormed out, didn't she?
She stormed out, and then Stanley threw it in the bin, and then threw the bin out the window.
Oh yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, it's really fun actually, because I guess a lot of people that play Vampire the Masquerade don't have that bit where they're trying to come to terms with it.
Yeah.
And maybe because that's boring. I don't know.
I'm having so much fun though.
Yeah, well, we only did it really on the first session, but yeah, I think that's quite fun.
We miss it. We like to make it a little bit easier for us. When we started and we got embraced and we spoke to the high vampires and stuff, we got the the 9? Is it 9 rules? 8 rules?
Six traditions.
Six traditions. Sorry. So, but we didn't really look at them, and we just went out and decided that we'd just try out our new vampire's powers.
Yeah, you got an absolute massive bollocking because we
got in big trouble. We thought he was going to die on the first session.
What happened was that there's 6 traditions in this world. So we'll go over a little bit of the lore. There's 6 traditions in the world that are basically... I can't remember them off the top of my head, but the first one obviously is don't break the masquerade. The second one...
you can't turn a vampire without permission.
Yeah, you can't turn another guy into a vampire without permission. It's like thou shalt not sire another child without permission. It's like they're written in a weird way like that.
Yeah.
It's if you go to a new city, you have to present yourself to the prince of that city. That's what the leader of each vampire city is called, the prince. Loads of shit like that. There's loads of these rules, and what they did immediately was that they killed a guy, just a human, but they did it in such a way that it would be so obvious that vampires did it, you know, and they made it obvious. Then Veronica, who was, very scared and vulnerable, she went back to the sanctuary where the prince lives and told him what the other two had done. And so immediately the sheriff, who is kind of obvious what his role is, but he's kind of a lawman for the prince. Said, thank you very much for telling me, and went back to the apartments where they killed this guy and gave Stanley and Alfonso the biggest bollocking of their life.
We thought he was going to die. I mean, it was a little bit of a misunderstanding. So the guy, the superintendent, come walking in. Felch bites him, and he goes into this like trance-like state. Now we was like, we've turned him, shit, and we thought that meant that he was going to turn into a vampire. And so. We'd broken a rule
a tradition
by not getting permission to do that, so we thought our only choice was that we had to murder him.
Yeah,
because we thought we had to.
But then you just left the flat and left the apartment and left him with bite marks on him and just left him there. And that's the reason the sheriff was so annoyed.
Yeah.
And so he came back to kind of sort you out and told you off and all of this stuff. And he said that was the absolute last straw. And if you ever did something like that again, he would destroy you.
Yeah.
And that would be the end of it. And you guys were basically the first night. And to be honest, this is something in Vampire that I think that people need to pay attention to, because in other RPGs you can kind of just be a murder hobo and just walk around doing stuff. I think part of the fun of Vampire is being creative with restrictions, because there are rules and there is this thing of being polite and being part of a polite society and stuff like that. And that's part of the fun of it, is working around those restrictions and understanding that there is polite society. The only reason you're part of this polite society is because you're playing as part of the Camarilla. Now, what the Camarilla is something that is working to uphold the masquerade, and that's why they have these rules. Now, there are other kind of societies of vampires as well. There's the Sabbat, who are kind of the rivals to the Camarilla, and the Anarchs, who are a third one that are neither, basically. So you can play campaigns that are like where you're Sabbat or Anarchs as well. So you could do that, but that's not what you guys are doing. So kind of, if you're part of that society, or at least they know about you, so you could rebel. Yeah. But, they might try to find you or whatever. So it's like, that's part of the fun of Vampire, is that, there are these rules.
You adapt to it quickly, though.
Exactly. And that was what the fun of it was. Even when you were getting a telling off, I felt like it was so dramatic.
It was
and
awesome.
You were like, holy fuck, we're going to die.
It was good. It was really good role playing. Yeah.
It was really good fun. So when you play Vampire the Masquerade, you do kind of have to adapt to being part of this society where it's not just like normal, where, you know, if you're playing in like a fantasy role-playing game, yeah, the Empire has these rules that they impose on you, and yeah, they're powerful, but they're not vampire powerful. And they don't have these powers where they could just find you at the drop of a hat, you know. It's crazy, like how different this feel this game has, you know. So that was crazy. But yeah, so basically each of the clans as well in this game has different disciplines as well. So this is one of the things I want to talk about, because there is kind of, in air quotes, magic in the game, but it's not called
cool
magic.
powers. They got cool names. They got funny names actually.
Disciplines, yeah. So you have magic. So basically each clan has starts with three different disciplines. And they do, it's basically your vampire powers. So, yeah, basically...
all specs? I've got all specs.
All specs, which allows you to, depending on how many levels you get in each one, every time you level up, you can put a point in each one. So you've got all specs, which allows you to see auras.
That's right, yeah. So and depending on how well you roll, which is annoying because I've got really shit skills in the things I have to roll for all specs, so I need to level up for it. But so I've been getting some successes, but they've been pretty shit successes. So I'm just determining like how bright something is. So I'll see an aura, and what's the storyteller? That's the name for the GM in this game. Will say, if I get one success, they say, well, it's bright, so they're passionate about something, but you can't see the color of the aura. But if I was to get a good success, I would roll and actually see colours, and I've got a long list of what the colours mean and different things. So if it's, for example, what we got, like if you was like dark purple, it could be something like
it
angry.
Might be that they're lustful, or they might be angry, or they might be envious. It's like pretty much every emotion you could live.
Exactly.
So I might say to Nick, he'll roll it, and he let's say he beats an 8. Right? That means that Nick sees. It'll be like, okay, you can see green and the colour is bright. That means that they're extremely envious. Or he might see green and it's dim, and that means that they're somewhat envious.
Exactly.
So like he can see colours around people and see their auras.
Exactly.
But that's because you got level 2. But if you've only got level 1 aura specs, for example, you can just see. I think you can just see the auras of people through walls or some shit. I can't remember.
Yeah, because I went straight for level 2, but.
Yeah, so that's like Auspex does that kind of thing.
Exactly,
so,
it's cool.
Then
I've also got Dominate. Yep, I've got Dominate, which is I think I've got level 2 in that as well. So I can basically implant a suggestion into anybody.
Yeah, so Ryan's character, he's a Malkavian, and he's got Dominate, but he's got level 1, so he can only implant a single word suggestion. Okay. So last night, he was trying to get a woman to get into the back of his car so he could feed on her, and some other woman came over and was trying to get her to go away. So he's like, Jody, don't get in the car, mate. And this woman, Jody was like, no, I'm getting in the car. And so he said to her mate, he just went, go, and the woman went away. Nice. But like. Now,
you have to talk like Batman.
But you've got level 2.
I've got level 2.
So when you do it, you can say you could have said leave her and go back into the club.
Yeah, exactly.
You can say things like that.
I used it to send a couple of guards into like a compound to pick up some dynamite, and which is pretty handy to bring it out. So to shoot up the place. So yeah, I told them to start firing. I think.
You just said go into the compound, get the dynamite, no matter what it takes.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't like. I don't think it was that complex because you can only give simple commands, but it was something like that. You just went get the dynamite, and so but he just did it.
By any means necessary, rather than being stealthy level, or anything.
Yeah, at that level, it has to be something they would do. It can't be something they wouldn't do.
Oh, naturally, in their nature. Exactly. If it's out of their nature.
So that guy would have done that, so he did it.
That's right, yeah, because we had to work it out. We're thinking, well, he's a guard, it's an illegal compound, so...
So all of the powers in this game kind of have role-playing reasons, you know? It always have a description like that, so it has to be something you would have done naturally. At level 5, it might say something like, so now they'll do it even if it's something they wouldn't have done naturally.
Nice.
So they all have like these cool explanations. They're all long explanations, but the cool thing is you never have that many powers. So you just have to remember these explanations. James's character, Veronica, has presence because she's Toreador. She's one of the artisty types, and she has presence. and presence makes her attractive to people.
She gets sexy, yeah.
So like she'll roll a bunch of dice and it'll say how many people she's now attractive to. So for instance, last night she used it. She only got attractive to one person.
Hello.
And she was in a crowd, and she was about to be punished by whipping for having done something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and she was only attractive to the executioner. But the funny thing is that she used her powers on sanctuary grounds, which was punishable. So she's now got a second whipping coming up.
It did say that.
Yep.
It did tell us.
Yeah. So now. Yeah.
And what's the other one when you can go invisible?
That's obfuscate.
Obfuscate.
No,
yeah.
that's really funny because that has different levels as well. So depending on how many dots you put into it, the first level is that you can go invisible if you're in a shadow or like by a lamppost. So like you'd be like by a lamppost and you just be like, oh,
disappear.
Yeah.
But the good thing about that is as soon as not good, not so good for the player, but the good way as it's got a limitation to it is if you attack or is it say anything or cast any kind of other spell, it disappears.
Yeah,
it stops.
So that's in level 2. So
you have to think about that. If you want to be stealthy about something, you've got to take that into consideration. As soon as you attack this guard, you're going to become visible again.
And it's interesting because there's no rolls required. It's literally just you go invisible, but if you do something,
you're back.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I think one of mine, my last one is that I can put a boost in one. Is it attribute or something? But I would lose points and everything else for a roll or something.
Yeah, that was. Oh, that's what fucking
Focus.
Allspecs level 1 is, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I think so.
That's Allspecs level 1 is heightened senses.
Heightened senses.
We've cracked
that's
it. We cracked the fucking code.
Done it.
Heightened senses. So you can you heighten one senses at the detriment of all others.
That's right.
So
yeah.
you basically.
James was doing it to listen.
Yeah, he was doing it to listen, and you can listen into like anything.
Mm-hmm.
But your everything else suffers. And a really good example of this is that sometimes you might heighten the way you can see.
Yeah.
You can see somebody's paws from 200 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
But then suddenly, if a light flashes, it might blind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or someone comes up behind you and you can't hear them because that your hearing sense has been depleted while you're focusing on something.
Yeah,
and
they can just sneak up on you, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Pop you on the
really,
head.
really interesting the way all these powers
It's
work.
fun.
I absolutely
really
love
good.
it.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, really good system. And I mean that's basically really what we've got to say on the game. I mean, there's a lot more lore to learn about the game, and I found an interesting YouTube channel recently, which I'm going to recommend you. So this channel is called Scientia Antiquorum.
That's a mouthful.
But nonetheless, I'll put a link in the description. And this guy, I'm not sure if he just reads from the books, but it sounds like he is.
Does he do it in a dramatic way? Oh, you sent me this video. It's easy to listen. He's got a good voice.
Yeah, I think he's like he might be Spanish or something.
Yeah.
But he just reads from the books, I think, because sometimes he pronounces the words wrong.
Oh.
But I don't know. But nonetheless, it's really good because he does these like 50-minute videos where you can just learn about the lore. And although we haven't spoken about it much in this video because it can be quite tedious to listen to just somebody just drone on about that kind of stuff, if you listen to this guy, he's just it's quite matter of fact and it's quite interesting to learn about. I just didn't want this
bog it down
just,
with it all, yeah.
Just to be about the lore. I wanted it to be about the game.
You could fill a podcast with the lore.
Exactly.
There's a lot of it, but it's there for a good reason. It makes it
exactly. It's interesting to learn about and to add into your games, but I didn't want it just to be us two talking about that. I wanted people to know about the system, about the characters and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll put a link in the description to go learn about that if you want to as well, because that is one of the most interesting parts about the game. The book itself is one of the best books as well out there, I think, because it actually offers good advice on how to be a good DM. It actually offers good advice on how to be a good player, because I feel like role-playing and good storytelling are the focus of this game, and as a result, it's one of the only books out there ever that fucking gives you decent advice on how to do this. So, yeah.
And also, don't forget, it's got rules for LARPing.
It's got rules for LARPing in there too. So, yeah, check that out. So all in all, I think this is slowly becoming one of my favourite games.
I love it. I'll say I've only played 2-3 sessions, and it's fantastic. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the
really
fuck out of it. So if you can get your hands on a copy, then please do. The 20th anniversary edition, I've heard mixed things about it. So I am not going to pass judgment because I haven't read it. But
is it different?
It is different. There's some people that are saying that they cut essential stuff out of it, and some people are saying they put essential stuff in it. So I don't know.
Bit contradictory.
Yeah.
That's weird. But what if you don't like vampires, but you like World of Darkness?
Good question, Nick. I see where you're going with this one. Well, World of Darkness have released several things. They're all compatible together. So what it is the World of Darkness is by White Wolf Publishing, and what they did is they released a bunch of stuff that's all compatible together. I believe now it's owned by a different company.
I think so, yeah.
I forget what they're called, but nonetheless, just look up World of Darkness, and all of those things are compatible together.
Yep, I've got a mage one.
Yeah, mage is one of the most famous, as is werewolf,
got
as
that
is
one,
vampire.
yeah.
But fuck all of that shit, because mummy, right?
Hello.
Ghost, right?
There we go.
So if you
Halloween
want to play,
special.
if you want to play a game where with just mummies, ghosts, there's the Inquisition as well,
Yeah,
which
that's
is quite
right.
interesting.
Demons.
Demons.
You can have necromancers.
Goblin. Demon.
Demon.
Yeah, so there's all sorts of shit, man.
There's loads, and they're all
I would
they're all
fucking love to
compatible.
play Mummy. And you know what I would love to play, right? Is a game set in the universe of Twilight, right? But instead of vampires, it's mummies.
Mummy.
Like imagine a mummy just goes to like a high school in the US.
Picking up their kids.
Yeah, and he's no, Edward Cullen is like a mummy, but he's wearing like a leather jacket and riding a motorbike.
And all these bandages are just like,
look at him, he's so mysterious.
Don't unravel me.
And he's got that sick hair coming out the top of like
sick hair. There you go. We
he's like, look what happens to me when I go out in the sun, and his bandages dry up.
You're beautiful. Oh fuck! We need to put
more damp.
No.
Okay, right. Yeah, I'll be doing that soon. Look out for that.
Look out for that film.
But everyone, check out Vampire the Masquerade if you get a chance. It's so good fun. I absolutely love it, and I know that you will too. It's a great, easy game to play. It's very, very good. It encourages role playing, and the book is a great read, and very good if you like angsty kind of stuff. You will enjoy it, wouldn't they, Nick?
They will indeed. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Very, very good game.
All right.
Thank you.
We love you.
Welcome to the Chamber of Challenges. Chamber of Challenges. The Chamber of Challenges. Chamber of Challenges. The Chamber of Challenges.
All right, so this is the Chamber of Challenges, and we do the challenges here. So I've got a bloody good new quiz for you, and
super
this
excited.
is called Bite or Shite. And
Okay.
what you got to do is you've got to figure out which one of. I'm so sorry. I've not only let myself down, but I've let the fans down by doing
You've
a
ruined everything.
I have. Yeah. So
what I've got to do?
What I've done is I'm going to ask you some multiple choice questions, and you've got to figure out of all of these which one is the real vampire film.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So let's get on with it. So the first question. Number 1, Black Sabbath, Purple Sabbath, Red Sunday, Bad Slags.
Bad Slags.
Which one is the real vampire film?
Red Sunday.
No, it's actually Black Sabbath.
Oh.
The metal band was named after that.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so that is you fail.
That's you shit.
Question number 2. Spooky Tomb, Scary Door, Tomb of the Bloodsuckers, Crypt of the Vampires.
I really want it to be Scary Door. But no, it's not. I think what's the last two again? Crypt of the Vampires or
Tomb
what?
of the Bloodsuckers and Crypt of the Vampires.
I'm gonna Tomb of the Bloodsuckers.
Unfortunately not, mate. It's Crypt
Shit.
of the Vampires.
Oh, I thought that was too obvious.
Okay, number 3. Dark Area, Dark Country, Dark Realm, Dark Town.
Dark Realm.
Wrong again.
Oh, fuck! Dark Town?
It is Dark Town.
Shit.
Okay, number 4. Fuck, Tuck, Chuck, Suck.
Suck.
Okay, correct.
Yes,
Ding.
1.
It is Suck, yes. Okay, and the final question, Nick.
Yep.
Silver Bullet World, Die Please, Dirty Dirty Vamp Tramp, or The Moth Diaries.
Dirty Dirty Vamp Tramp.
You really going for Dirty Dirty Van Tramp?
Yeah.
I will allow you to re-pick, but could I be double bluffing? Could I be trying to trick you?
Go for it.
You're going for Dirty Dirty Van Tramp?
Yeah.
Okay, unfortunately that is wrong.
Oh.
The vampire film. I picked this one because I knew it would throw you off. It is The Moth Diaries.
The Moth Diaries.
Because that one actually has, it is a vampire film, but the title has nothing to do with vampires, so I picked that one. So the real films, just to recap, were Black Sabbath, Crypt of the Vampires, Darktown, Suck, and The Moth Diaries.
Nice.
Yeah. So those are some recommendations from me to you, everyone. I've not watched a single one of those, but yeah, I'm sure they're really good.
Hey, this is Kanye West. I listen to the Tabletop Twats. Oh yeah. Check my flow.
Yeah, we just want to talk about quickly, everyone, about the Patreon page. Yeah, just to anyone that's donating, we just want to say a big thank you to anyone that's doing that.
We think.
But we
don't know.
Yeah, we try to get it back at the moment. Last week, obviously, it got stolen from us by the Patreon highwayman.
Fucking robbed again. We've employed a PI.
Yeah,
he's on the case.
Yeah, he's on the case at the moment.
There we go.
Is this him now? Hey, it's me.
There he is.
It's me, Rockford. Oh, for fuck's sake, Rockford! Aren't you supposed to be out there trying to find
catching this fucking criminal?
The Patreon highwayman. What's wrong with you? Yeah, but I was in the area. I thought I'd pop by and say hi. I was just in the pub having a beer. Your English pubs, they're so fun. So I was having. What the fuck do you mean you're having a beer?
We've got time for that, mate. We need our Patreon back.
Go and get the Patreon. Go and get the Patreon.
Go get that highwayman, fucking idiot.
I was just having 1, 2, 15.
How long you been in there?
A few days. And I'll be on the expenses report.
What?
Listen, you pay peanuts, you get me, okay? Oh, for fuck's
I'm
sake.
paying you to try and locate the fucking
Patreon
arsehole
highwayman. Yeah.
that took our money. That's God.
Okay, I may have misunderstood.
I made it very clear.
I thought you said I was investigating the beers to try and get.
No.
Okay, look, we need to. I'll try and I'll get him. I'll get him.
Look, I know the beers in Sutton are mighty fine, but
okay, I found the door. Okay, I'm gonna get him. I'll get him, guys. Okay.
You need to lay down.
Get have a coffee, maybe a cold shower.
Get back on the case.
I'm gonna go.
Jesus.
Okay, see you later. Listen, I'll get him. I will. I'm gonna buck up my ideas. All of the beers. I had a steak dinner too.
Fuck you.
That'll be on the expenses.
Get out.
See you guys.
Get out
Okay,
now.
bye.
Look, it's all I could afford on the budget.
How much did you pay for that guy, man?
Well, I can't remember. What did we? I think we've settled on about £10 a day.
No wonder. Typically, if you buy a private investigator, you've got to go above about at least 15 quid a day. Otherwise, you get some New York drunk.
He told me he was
who
the
buys
best
steak dinners.
Yeah, he said. Well, he told me that he's the best guy for the job.
For £10 a day, yes, but I think we've look. We're never going to get that fucking Patreon back. That's it. If we got him on the case, we're fucked. That's the problem. All right, okay, we're screwed. So guys, if you're donating to the Patreon, thank you very much. But that money's currently not going to us. It's going to the Patreon highwayman, who is a bad person.
I don't know what he's up to with it.
He's probably cavorting, spending it on women and drugs.
Dear.
So thanks.
Hopefully he gets located soon, and
we'll get it back.
We'll get it back.
That's the best we can hope for, really.
In the future, you will be able to send a letter from anywhere on the planet. This is the future. This is the Electro Letter.
Right, Podbot.
Beep, boop, 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 boop. Incoming transmission. We have got Electro Letters. These are transmissions sent from your listeners to your ears, and you will make sure that they come out as printing.
There we go.
Okay, so these are your letters that you've sent in to us, and we're going to now read them out.
We're going to read them out to you. Excuse me. Right, so yeah, we're going to read them out to you. The first question is coming from Matty Stark. Matt Stark has asked us a few questions from RPG A Day.
Okay. What
2016. First question is, what is the most unusual circumstance or location in which you've gamed?
Okay, well, I once gamed at the top
of Everest.
I did. No, I didn't. Unusual location, I would say. I gamed at work once, but I used to do this thing. What I would do is I would look on the company intranet.
Yeah.
And I would try to find people that I would think would be up for a bit of gaming.
Yeah.
People that I didn't know, right? And I would just send them a message, and I would say to them, "You find yourself at the entrance to a cave. You can hear goblins within. What do you do?"
Nice.
And I'd see how they would respond. And I once found a guy on there whose name is Florin Gligor, who you remember was an NPC in one of our games.
Yeah.
And I just thought he had a fantasy-sounding name, so
Yeah.
I sent him a fantasy-sounding message, and he just responded with "Kill Goblin."
Ooh.
And then he just kept on going, and this went on for ages. And he got to the end of the cave, and there was like a sort of like dead guy on the floor, and he was like, "Well, I'm not going to leave the dead guy. I'm a warrior. I will never leave a man behind." And he was like, he got really into it.
Nice.
And this sort of like cave dungeon went on for ages, and so I'd say playing with a stranger who
purely text based.
Yeah, purely text based over our company intranet.
It's pretty strange.
Based on the fact that I thought he had a fantasy sounding name. It's not a weird location, but it was a weird circumstance, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool though.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
For me, the pub, I'm afraid. Thought that was pretty exciting. Ooh, playing down the pub.
Oh yeah, because we've done it in the pub quite a few times, haven't we?
On the round table. And we got some food, that was quite nice.
Yeah, we've got a sort of monthly game in the pub,
Yeah.
actually, Pub Thulu, which we're playing on Saturday as well, which is going to be wicked. And the title for this episode is Pub Thulu 8, I think, and it's called The Madness of Steve. And so I don't know what that fuck is that about, but we're really excited for it. So
Poor old Steve. Excellent. Okay, next question from Matty is thing you'd be most surprised a friend had not seen or read. What? Thing you'd be most surprised a friend had not seen or read.
yeah, so you know sometimes you get like a mate who's gone, who comes up to you and they're like, "Oh, I've not seen Uncle Buck," and you're like,
What?
Fuck? Uncle Buck?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Is that RPG? I suppose with an RPG?
Yeah, within RPGs, if your mate was like, "I haven't done that,"
I haven't played D&D.
yeah, you haven't played D&D.
Well, that's true.
That's pretty crazy.
That's
isn't it?
me, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one, I guess.
I'm the guy. I'm
Yeah.
that guy.
I suppose with Laura, she started out playing a weird Harry Potter fan game and hasn't played D&D, so that's a bit
That's
of a bizarre
true.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's quite weird.
They're a bit weird there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you haven't played Dungeons and Dragons, but you played a whole miasma of other games.
Other RPGs. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to keep avoiding it now.
Yeah.
next-
You're playing D&D 4th edition soon.
I am going to play it soon. Yeah, absolutely. So that should be good. Right, and the last question is: you can game anywhere on Earth. Where would you choose?
Do you know what? My answer would be anywhere but fucking England. Because I fucking... look, England's a great place. Sorry to any English people listening. But I fucking hate England. Because it's so cold all the fucking time. We get like one day of sun a year, right? It'd be nice to play somewhere that is actually warm for once. That would be nice,
That would be
it?
nice on a beach.
Yeah, on a beach.
Yeah. Oh no! I tell you what. You know them pool bars where you just sit and then your feet.
Yeah,
are on the
yeah,
thing.
that would be
just
sweet.
playing a bit of sort of an RPG just there with a cocktail. That'd be lovely.
Yeah, okay, there we go. That's my answer. What Nick said.
There you go. Cool. Next questions have come in from James the Pumpkin Clark.
Loyal listener.
Saw him this morning.
Love
you lots.
He dropped me off here.
Question number 1. What game or games took the most time / effort to prepare for and why?
Probably GURPS. It took me the longest amount of time, and I worked day and night for that because everyone made me prepare for it with only a week.
Oh,
and that was a planet-hopping space opera game where I prepared not just towns and things, but entire planets worth of material.
Mm-hmm. Some of it never got used.
Most of it never got used.
But it was incredible.
Yeah, that was good fun.
It was awesome.
That took me a lot of time. Often when I was just about to leave my last job and didn't really give a shit about it anymore, I spent a lot of time preparing for games at work. So I was there for sort of 12 hours a day, 4 days a week. So what I did was spend a lot of time there doing that.
Got busy.
Yeah, so I was like, that probably took a lot of time, but I put a lot of extra time where I wouldn't have usually.
Yeah.
So it was like sort of like 8 hours a day.
Wow.
Whereas it worked. No, but I'd be doodling while I was on the phone.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So I'd be helping customers and be like, yeah, what's that problem you're having? And while I was doing it, I'd be drawing lines
Drawing
on
little
maps
map.
and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, yeah, just my one campaign I did. Put a lot of effort into that. Sat down and
Oh yeah, good point.
wrote a lot out.
Just done the one so far.
Yeah, just
but
the one
more
though.
coming soon.
Yeah, definitely. Next question. How many unplayed systems do you, as the gaming group, own? Loads.
Oh my god, I got so many, bro.
Fucking hell. My shelf's here, and it's pretty full up now.
Yeah, I mean, I've got...
What haven't we played yet? We haven't played Traveller yet. We haven't played Trail of Cthulhu yet.
Got Bubblegum Crisis.
Bubblegum Crisis, Bubblegum Shoe.
Battletech.
Mutants Year Zero, Battletech. We got Things We Left. No, that's Cthulhu. We've got Werewolf. Oh, loads.
Yeah, so many, man.
It's a hobby now. I love. I like collecting books.
I like collecting books also, but I've got a lot that are unplayed that I plan on playing.
Yeah, we've got a schedule, haven't we?
Exactly.
So we are getting around to as many as we can.
What we tend to do is whenever we buy new systems, our group will say, okay, next we're playing this. So we're currently playing Vampire. We were supposed to play that actually before, but what we ended up doing was delaying it a little bit. But what we're going to do is after Vampire, we're playing a mech game, but we haven't decided on which one.
Because we've got a few now.
We're either going to play Mechton or GURPS Mecha, because that's quite robust, or we're going to play Bubblegum Crisis, which is probably a lot smaller scale, but we haven't decided which one.
No.
Yeah.
But some kind of mech game.
And then after that, we'll probably play Mutant Year Zero.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. You? Well, we wait for Mechatron, don't we? Because you don't want to play robots.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool. Next question is, and the last question is the most important one, boxers or briefs?
Boxers, mate.
Boxers, mate.
That's the only answer in England. If you wear briefs in England...
Tidy whities.
You get the piss taken out of you, don't you?
Yeah. And if you wear nothing, people just go, ooh, a bit gross.
That is a bit gross though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I think so.
Is it?
They're there for a reason, isn't it?
Yeah, to protect your trousers from skids.
Exactly.
You don't want trousers skids.
You don't want that?
Nah, bruv.
Nah, bruv. Lick that blood.
Lick that blood!
We should explain what that is.
No, we shouldn't explain what that means.
It's from a vampire game.
No, it isn't. Don't explain what it means.
Okay.
The listeners may never know.
Thank you very much, James, as always.
You the man.
You the man. And lastly, but most certainly not leastly, we've got a question all the way over from South Africa.
Have we really?
Yes, we have indeed.
It's not from flipping the Antword, is it?
Who?
The Antword?
The Antword.
The musicians.
No, I don't know what that means.
They're South African musicians.
Oh, it's not them, no.
Oh, what?
Sorry, mate.
No.
Sorry.
Anything else is going to be a disappointment.
It's better than that, to be honest with you. It's from Monet Bloody Schlarp.
Scarp. You got his name wrong, you idiot.
Monet Bloody Scarp.
I'm not editing that out. He's going to hear you fuck it up.
Monet Scarp. Did I get it right there?
Monet Scarp.
Monet Scarp.
Okay.
It's such a cool name, it's hard to pronounce. Yeah, creator of Winter Eternal, of course.
The genius behind Winter Eternal. Yes, good. What the fuck does he want with our shitty podcast?
Well, I'm going to tell you. Yeah, it's true. Hey guys, love the show. Whoa,
are you kidding me?
Whoa. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Now
always, we've hit the big time.
Yep. Always puts a smile on my face, and I get to learn cool stuff.
Thank you very much, man.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that is very nice. Like I would never know what the sexual attraction of a fire beetle is if not for your show. So it's very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay. I have a question. My group is very new to Savage Worlds, but know D&D pretty well. How do I handle / create an animal companion in Savage Worlds that is closer to the ones that you find in D&D? Keep up the great work, Monet.
In Savage Worlds, whenever I've wanted a pet, all I've done is just grab a monster, haven't I?
Can I have a demon? Can I have a demon?
Can I have a demon? Can I have a goblin? So I guess if you wanted, because in D&D and Pathfinder and stuff like that, when you have the animal companions, they typically use the young versions of the monsters. So you have like the CR 1/3 versions of the monsters and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess all you need to do is I would probably create some sort of monster or something and give it the young hindrance and just do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then maybe that would be a way to create the beasts that have like that will somehow be an equivalent to the ones you have in D&D, something like that, and then have that be it. You know, but yeah, I had a pet goblin in Warhammer, and
Certainly
I guess
did.
because it's an extra, they only have can take one wound before they die anyway.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry about it. Just take the stats for a monster or an animal and have that just be the companion, because in Savage Worlds it kind of balances itself out anyway. Seeing as they only take one wound. Anyway.
One wound,
they're
they're
gonna
gone.
die. They're gonna die as soon as they see a strong wind. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So you might as well just have it like that.
Why not? Yeah. There you go. Lovely. And that is all the questions, because we were really, really short notice with putting up a question.
Yes, because
it's work week. It's busy week.
Wait, what did we say at the beginning? What was happening to us? Oh, we've been attacked by phantasms.
Phantasms.
And zomboils.
And zomboils. It's Halloween special. We got run over by a pumpkin.
We got run over by a pumpkin.
It wasn't James. Don't worry.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's it. But that leaves me to pick up the shout out. So, this week we've got a very special shout out. It is going to you go into a pub and do a thing.
We've got a big shout out for a fledgling podcast that's doing extremely well already. Actually, seems really popular.
I love these guys.
It's called You Meet in a Tavern. It's an actual play D&D 5th edition podcast.
Oh yeah,
and it's pretty damn good actually. It's funny.
Wait a minute. What's D&D?
I don't know.
But if you want to find out, go and listen to
it.
You do it in a tavern.
You do it in a tavern. No, it's called You Meet in a Tavern.
It stars Shaquille O'Neal, Bruce Willis, and
Peter O'Toole.
Peter O'Toole. My name's Peter O'Toole.
Don't think I'm a fool.
That's his catchphrase. He says, "My name's Peter O'Toole," and he says that at the beginning of every podcast. And co-hosting with Peter O'Toole is none other than
Tug, Durf, and Carl, and that's Carl spelled with K, played by Kirk, Jamal, and Brian. As we navigate our way through the first Gmail, as we navigate our way through the first 5th edition D&D campaign. It's good. They're on their 6th episode. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, they're on their 6th episode now. I've listened to a couple. It's funny.
So that is the first 5th edition campaign. That is the Mines.
I believe so. Yeah, they're on iTunes, of course. Go check them out. Give them some love.
And we sent you.
Yeah.
Send them a review, right, and say that you were sent courtesy.
I don't want too many people to go, because I think they're actually a bit more popular than us. So they've only been around for 5 minutes.
You can't say that. Right, go there anyway. Doesn't matter.
I'm joking.
They deserve to be more popular.
Of course they do. No, it's very good and it's funny. Yeah, go check it out. Yeah, and that is the You Meet in a Tavern podcast.
Yeah, so go check this out. I'm sorry that I tried to trip you up so many times when you were trying to shout them out. I apologise for that, Nick. Actually, it's a live apology right here on the air. So I want to shout out Big Fat Eli Kurtz. He's neither big nor fat. Well, he might be big actually. I've only ever seen him sitting down. I've done this badly. So he is the writer and the brains behind the Blackwood setting. If you go to DriveThruRPG right the fuck now, you will find yourself some archetypes for the Blackwood setting. You will find yourself free shit for the Blackwood setting. You will find yourself the Blackwood setting. And you'll be able to play some shit. The artwork's great. The setting is great. Setting! Okay? So go over there now and download that shit for free, because, did I mention, Nick, it's free.
What?
I know.
Yeah.
I know. That value, right? Do me a quick calculation, Podbot. Okay, how much through the roof is it?
Roof cannot be seen.
Exactly. So, this is what we're talking about. This is the kind of value that Eli's given us here. He is insane. He's clinically insane. He's actually been locked up for being too insane to be not locked up.
For giving away good free shit.
Exactly. So, check that out. Just type in Blackwood into DriveThruRPG, and then go to the things where it's not talking about Blackwood as in map tiles, and then click on the Blackwood as in the Mythic Gazetteer.
Yeah, that's the one.
And you will find yourself some good shit.
And you'll be happy, because it's great. Good stuff.
Exactly. And it is a very dark setting set in the woods with a very scary elves.
Yeah, they are. Evil.
So,
evil.
You will
evil
like
ways.
that very much. And I will check that out right the fuck away.
Now, please.
Yes, now.
Pop, when?
Beep, boop, 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 boop. 35 years.
Good.
No,
No,
wrong.
what?
No, check it out now.
Not in 35 years.
Thank you.
Popbot, you're useless.
Useless fucking piece of shit. I'm gonna kick him. Take that, you little shit.
Oh, he's got a dent in him now. Never mind.
Oh, God.
We'll fix it. And that is the shout out.
Goodbye.
it's time for the final battle. Magic missile!
So that was another show. I'm sorry that this one was a bit shorter than other episodes, but as I said, there are some personal things going on at the moment, and that means that we had to be slightly shorter than usual.
Phantasms,
schools, that sort of thing.
Zomboids. Oh yes.
Halloween. It's a Halloween episode. So yeah, I mean, well, if you want to get in contact with us, you can.
How can you do? Well, yeah, you certainly can.
You can. I don't know why you want to, but you can.
You can do that.
You can get in contact with us via email, and that is tabletoptwats@gmail.com. You can get in contact with us at Twitter, and that is
at TabletopTwats.
And you can get in contact with us at Facebook, and that is /TabletopT. Or you can get in contact with us via mail. You can just send it to my address.
Yep.
Figure it out.
Tumblr also.
Yeah, don't know how that works.
Be careful.
Be careful with that one. It's a ticking time bomb.
It's crazy.
But we always like to leave you with a thought, to ponder on until the next podcast. Something to keep your mind occupied.
Some mind food.
Exactly, while you're not doing anything better with your life. Because you aren't. Because you're a useless waste of time. No, you're not. Come on, you're great. You know you're great.
You're the best ones.
But, that thought this week is going to be no different. And that thought is, there are 99 types of different sleep disorder. Is the bitch one? And with that, there leaves one thing to be said, one thing that connects us all and lets us know that we are one and we are connected. And that us listeners, that if we put together our thoughts and that we think of each other, we will be able to connect as one hive mind, and with that we will be able to kill the Queen herself and take back this country that was once great and was once ours. And that thought is...
Chicken Mutbosh.
Larks. Good bike.
I think it's this way.
No, it's not that way. I listened to you when you said it was this way 2 weeks earlier, okay? You said earlier on, when we were speaking in the pub 2 weeks ago, that we had to go to the north, okay? When you said that, I thought that you knew where you were going to find the necromancers to do the fucking spell, okay?
Well, I kind of know. I've never actually been there myself, you see.
Why didn't you fucking say that when we were talking in the pub?
I thought I could get some direction on the way, hence me talking to the mushrooms.
When you spoke to the mushroom people, what good did that actually do us?
Well, it was a good party.
Look, nobody was arguing if it was a good party, okay? We all had a good time. It was a good distraction, okay? But we wasted 2 days. We wasted 2 days, and that was 2 days worth of food. What are we going to do?
I definitely think it's this way.
Okay. But is that actually north?
Well, I'm a peace lock, not a compass.
You are a
Excuse me?
What we got to do is figure out which way is north. Now, how do we do that? Can we, look at the sun or some shit? There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way.
We could ask that guy.
Excuse me?
Hello?
What you want?
I hope we're not disturbing.
Hey, you can't disturb me. You want to buy some weed, fool?
Maybe later, but...
They call me the Woodland Weed Man.
Oh.
Yeah, we just need some directions. Which way is north? We need to get out of these woods, man. We've been stuck in here for 2 weeks. Hey, ain't that a thing? I've been stuck in here for 2 years. And I love it. Oh, yeah.
Where was you trying to get to?
Wait, Nudge. Come here.
Yeah, what?
I feel funny. I think that the smoke is doing something to me. We gotta get out of here. We gotta run.
Oh, I'm feeling a bit lightheaded myself.
Hey, man, have a smoke. Oh yeah, come closer, man.
Have you got any food?
No, don't ask him for anything.
Have you got any food?
Just come closer, man. Have a smoke on this. Have a smoke.
I'm so hungry.
Just come close. No, we gotta go. Here, I'm gonna hit him. Take one of these. Right, run. I feel strange.
My legs. They're not really working.
Nigel, come on.